Let's dive into the discussions shaping the nation.
We've been asking for this debate for 8 or 9 months. I've got 4 minutes. And I'm going to try and make a few points about the generality of the housing crisis and the failure of the government to address it. But I have no choice in the little time available to me to raise a specific issue with the Minister, which I hope he'll take on board, which is the Saint Germain apartments in Ballybrack village, which is social housing managed by Co-op Housing, AHB. And like most people who get allocated a social house, the people, as a community of about 20 or 30 households, waiting many, many years to get their social home, delighted that finally, after all that long wait, they get them, only to discover that these newly completed apartments are in an absolutely dire state. And I've raised this before with Co-op Housing. There has been some engagement between the tenants and Co-op Housing over the deplorable state of these apartments that were built by a builder called Cavco. But the situation is continuing to be unbearable for the tenants, and I'm asking the Minister to step into it, because the point about it is, even though it's an AHB, as the tenants asked me to point out, they're allocated from the council list, from Dún Laoghaire council list, and therefore the government, the Department of Housing and the council should take responsibility for what's going on, and it is absolutely deplorable. Okay? They were describing to me today, and I went down and saw some of it myself, in new apartments, mould in most, if not all, of the apartments. Black mould, damp, maggots eating off the wet plaster in the apartments, fizzing sockets and wires, lack of proper fire safety in this development, and the efforts, without any proper independent survey of what's wrong, but it's really, really bad, and it's across the entire development, no independent survey and re-snagging of the building to find out what the hell went on. Some residents, we hear now, are being moved out, other residents not being told what's actually going to happen. The place is turned into a building site again, but it is absolutely appalling. Now, I'm asking the Minister to look into this, to talk to Dún Laoghaire and get to the bottom of it, but these people have waited all these years, families, children and so on, are in an appalling situation. This shouldn't happen in social housing that is funded by and allocated by the state. And indeed, that is a wider problem I've raised recently. You may have seen it about much older council properties in Sallynoggin, where residents are living again with mould, horrendous conditions, their children's health being affected by it, and they're still being forced to live in these properties. On the generality, I just want to say this. The government deceived the public during the election about the amount of houses that have been built. Even in what they did say they were building, but didn't really build, the Commission says we need twice that. If we need twice what the government is delivering, we need twice as much social and affordable housing. That's not what's in the programme for government. You're only proposing a very marginal increase in the amount of social and affordable, no mention of affordable at all. And also there's a huge problem in terms of people going over the thresholds for social housing, then being eligible for no support whatsoever. These things need to be addressed, and you have to stop the flow of people into homelessness through no-fault evictions. It's an absolute scandal.
Like, share, and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.